Guys, Spy Vapor here. Got another review for you here today. Also, quick note, I hope this helps. I know there were some audio and video issues with the last couple recordings, actually every recording before this. I got a new camera, so hope you guys enjoy the video quality and the sound quality a little bit better. But today we're going to be doing a review of a flavor concentrate, another one from Decadent Vapors. We're going to be doing the Decadent Vapors Green Cow. The first thing that I want to mention with this, and I'll try and get a close-up for you guys, you'll notice that, let me work this through here, as soon as you get it, you're going to notice this kind of substance in the bottom, if I can get this to focus in. The main thing with this juice, from what I understand, the concentrate that you're seeing on the bottom there, it's kind of a milky substance. The caffeine that's actually included in this, yes, it's an energy drink flavored vape, and it does have caffeine. I guess the caffeine has a different temperature threshold than the actual juice itself. What I kind of did just to test it out a little bit, really just heat from your hand, from body heat, is enough. Over time we'll warm this up just enough to mix some of that up through. But I do that before I mix, just to make sure that it mixes all the way through, even warm sunlight. It doesn't take much to get to the same heat, so it'll kind of go together. As you can see, it's already moving in a little bit. Just from that little bit of time. It's mixing up nice now, a little more creamy, and you can see some of those particles floating through. The warmer, of course, you get it, the more it'll actually saturate together, and I try and get it to the point where it just looks really cloudy and pale before I even make the mix. But I have already mixed it. I got a mix that I made at 18 milligrams, just followed the same exact direction guidelines on the Platinum Ice mixing kit from Totally Wicked. You'll notice with the actual concentrate, once you have it mixed though, it does change the color a little bit. It's a nice clear. That white on the bottom is just from the container itself. But it changes to a nicer, clear consistency. We'll go ahead and give this one a vape. This one, I have in the past, with just a few, I've had some issues with getting good vapor off a Decadent Vapors concentrate and mix for some reason. I have actually stepped into adding a little more glycerin to the mixes that I put together with Decadent Vapors juices. It doesn't seem to affect the flavor at all. It's just changing up the mix using a little bit less propylene glycol and a little bit more glycerin in the mix. So I followed the recipe instructions on this one exactly though, so if it doesn't have a large amount of vapor, that's kind of why. But we'll go ahead and give it a vape and see how it goes exactly according to the mixing kit. And if you didn't notice, we're vaping this 3.7 volts on a 901 atomizer. Now, for me personally, I can taste almost like if you were to get a pomegranate punch or a pomegranate flavored drink. That's what this tastes like to me, with a little more sweetness and a little more fruitiness added to it. I've drank a couple Red Bulls, and to be honest, I don't really enjoy the taste. The main reason I got this flavored concentrate was, I mean, come on, it's a flavor concentrate with caffeine. What better thing could you get? And as far as the caffeine, it was a little bit different. I expected it to be, you know, like you're taking a shot of espresso or something. You know, you're going to vape it, and over time, all of a sudden, you start to get that little energy kick. Well, apparently it's a little bit different when you're getting a direct long hit of caffeine, because it doesn't take long at all. Within 30 seconds to a minute, you know, of constant vaping on this, I started to feel a little bit of a difference. It was kind of interesting. But overall, I actually like the flavor of this one. Like I said, I don't really enjoy the flavor of Red Bull energy drinks. I've had a couple just strictly for the energy, but this is a really nice vape. It's a really nice flavor. Nice fruity mix, has a sweet tone to it, almost like a crisp sweet pomegranate type taste. I would actually, in regards to this one, I'd recommend it. A lot of people might stray away from this because I know there's some talk about other Red Bull mixes from a lot of vendors out there. Um, and it doesn't really have the popular vote, if you know what I mean. But this one, if you're worried about that Red Bull or energy drink aftertaste that you get from a lot of the energy drinks out there, kind of stray that away from your mind, because I do not get that with this flavor concentrate. Um, so yeah, that's about all I can say on it. We'll give it one more quick vape here. Last thing, which I am getting a fairly decent throat hit off of this. Um, it's a little bit different than a regular throat hit for me though. It's not, you know, that punch that you get in the back of your throat. It's more, I mean, you can feel it going through once you take that inhale. You can feel it going through. You get a nice quick throat hit, but it's nothing harsh or sharp. Now, once again, I am vaping this at 18 milligrams. That may change at, you know, something a little bit higher, but for me, I mean, it's comfortable. It's not a problem at all. It's there, and that's really all I need. But also in this video, I want to mention one other thing here. This is kind of aside from the flavor concentrate. I know we've all had situations where, say, if you mix all your own juices and you happen to run out of platinum ice or whatever nicotine concentrate you use to mix, or say you buy pre-mix, then, you know, the bottle tips over, it's spilled, and that's the only one you had. What do you do? Well, if you're in the United States, I did come across one thing, and I bought one just so I could give you guys an example. Of course, they're everywhere. Walmart. I was filling up at the gas station outside of the Walmart, and as I went up, I saw this package that threw me off. It didn't look like a regular pack of cigarettes that I'd ever seen. And as I kind of looked closer, I saw the words disposable electronic alternative. And I'm going, wait a minute here. So I asked the cashier about it, asked her if I could take a look at the pack, and she brought it up, and this right here is what I saw. It was a total of, I believe, $13.90. Now, one thing that I'll mention with this, I'm only bringing this up in the video as an emergency situation. It is a disposable, it's not rechargeable, so don't think you're going to be able to get a cheap electronic cigarette for this price and keep continually using it. It wasn't that bad a quality. And the flavor, the pre-filled tobacco cartridge, I mean, it wasn't the greatest vape I've ever had, but, you know, it's enough to hold you over. So if you find yourself in one of those emergency situations, I can't stand hearing people that say, oh, you know, this happened, or my equipment failed and I don't have any replacements, so it looks like I'm going to have to go out and buy a pack of cigarettes. Well, now, hopefully, it's as simple as, you know, saving yourself by heading to the nearest Walmart and have to cough up about $14 until your next order gets through. But I'll give this one a quick vape, too, just to kind of give you an example. Not the greatest vapor production. And the taste, it's a sweet tobacco taste. I would strictly say emergency only, but if you find yourself in that position, there's an option out there for you. So that's going to be it for today. Any other questions on the Green Cow concentrate, or any questions on this disposable electronic cigarette as well, I guess, go ahead and leave a message in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. So once again, Smy Vapor, another concentrate review here for you. One other thing that I'm going to mention, if you guys have any other flavors in mind from Totally Wicked that I might have on stock, couldn't hurt to ask. If you have something that you've been wondering about, maybe I'll place my next order with it, or if I have it on hand, I'll use that as my next review. So if you have any that you'd like to see, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to see if I can get to it. Thanks again, guys, and happy vaping.